Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down. Knight steps away to his left. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
He's got his man, Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Nice play, baby, nice play.
Off play action. Knight. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. Throwing on third and long. Knight, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On second down, it's Bell. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Fighting him off. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Off the play fake. Knight. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Knight, throw left side, complete. It's Ross. And down he'll go at the 25. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Now Brown. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Vincent Ray, the linebacker, in on the tackle. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
But Charles, Le'Veon Bell, 26 going on 27, and a shelf life for these.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They'll run with Muhammad. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
He gets this one to Boyd. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw on second down. Knight looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ross. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Knight escaping the pressure right. Finding room to the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can.
And they'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals draw even, and of course they can take the lead if they hit the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Now Roethlisberger. Now he'll let this one go. Deep left sideline. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Knight underneath. This is Bernard. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now they'll try to sweep with Bell. And some room to work. Bell sheds him off. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And Boswell's kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So they get the field goal here at the end of the 2nd quarter and take the lead into the lockers.
And isn't that what every team wants to do? Right at the end of the half, put points on the board and go into the locker room feeling a lot better about themselves.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll send you down. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. So time for the 2nd half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you termed that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
Let's see if they do just that. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This is Bell on the dump off. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Looking to throw. Knight dancing to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Ross. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Knight eluding the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Here we go now.
To throw on 2nd down. Knight. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football.
Hurry up, here we go.
Operating from the gun. Knight, he drops it off for Bernard. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
He's going to get it running right. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they're going to get up a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Bullock will put this one through. And they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. Switzer now to return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. They go play action with Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. Ben to throw again. Going top shelf for Smith. Shoot into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jesse Bates, the rookie safety, his first pick in the league. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. On first and 10. Knight. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
The first carry for the second-year man, Joe Mixon. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing on first down. Knight forced out to his left. And some space here. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler Touchdown. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for two. Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for two and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They go play action here on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And the pitch goes to Mixon. And he powers his way up past the 30. Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Well, that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Here's Muhammad. Room here to run. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They go again with Muhammad. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. From the gun, Knight. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flush to his right. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Knight steps away to his left. And he's got room. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Knight out to... And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Knight. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will take it all in for a Bengals touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. On the carry, it's Muhammad. And he's got some space here. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. And the Steelers signal for another timeout, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Hey, you got 3. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun on third down. Knight. He completes it to Boyd. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. From the gun. Knight buying time to his left. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bengals, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
you.